So what the hell was that, Wisconsin? That was one of the worst ass kickings I've seen a Badger team take in a long time. And congrats to Providence. They looked really tough. They looked lengthy, athletic. They're making shots on offense. They were tough defensively. Oduro down low was impressive. He did a good job on Stephen Crowell, but Wisconsin was really out of sync. There was no synergy. The offense looked terrible. The sets looked terrible. But Providence, on the other hand, they were hooping. They were flowing. They were looking good. And it's amazing that a team in their third game with a new coach, new system, a bunch of new transfers, looked like they've been playing together for years. But Wisconsin, with bringing back their entire starting lineup from last year, looked like they had zero chemistry. It looked like they were playing pickup basketball. To me, the only explanation there could be for this is there's got to be something happening behind the scenes. There has to be some internal stuff, because there's really no excuse for such a veteran group to have no chemistry. It just was amazing how out of sorts Wisconsin was, and they looked super tense. They looked uncomfortable out there. They were not flowing. They were not hooping, and I think Gard has to instill a culture where he's confident in his players, where he makes his players confident in themselves, because it looks like they're afraid to make a mistake. And on the basketball court, if you've ever played, you know, if you're afraid of failing, you're probably going to fail even more. You got to play confident. You got to play more loose. Doesn't mean don't pay attention to detail, but offensively, these guys are not shooting with confidence. It's just they're not playing basketball. They're thinking. They're thinking way too much. And on the another thing is, like, why is Connor Essegian playing like 10 or less minutes? When Wisconsin's going 1 of 11 from 3 in the first half, you don't think to put in the best shooter on the team, one of the best offensive pieces you have? Like, I understand you might want to be making a point to Essegian, whatever that is, but in the portal era, the dude could just transfer if he's unhappy. So I don't think that's a wise move to be trying to make some kind of point to Essegian. You got to play your weapons. I don't understand. You know, I understand Essegian coming off the bench, but I don't understand him being the third guy off the bench. I don't understand him not being the sixth man. If he's coming off the bench, he should be the sixth man. He should be getting his minutes, getting his shots up. It really doesn't make much sense to me. And Wisconsin, they played awful, and they were beating themselves. They're usually known for attention to detail, not beating themselves, but that wasn't there tonight. There was twice in the first half where Providence got an offensive rebound because Wisconsin wasn't boxing out. Providence was winning all the 50-50 balls. Providence had more grit. They were tougher. They just had the dog in them. Wisconsin had no dog. And the only bright spots for Wisconsin, the only silver linings you can find is John Blackwell was tough in the first half. In the second half, AJ Storr looked good. Wall moved his feet well on defense. And a potentially huge problem for Wisconsin this year will be if neither Stephen Crowell or Tyler Wall proves to have any respectable jump shot. If neither of them can shoot at all, that lets the other team clog the lane. That clogs up driving lanes for guys like AJ Storr, for Klesman, for Chucky. There's zero driving lanes if teams could just sag off Tyler Wall and Crowell. And when teams play up on Tyler Wall, it doesn't make any sense to me. Wall has good handles. He moves really well out there. He drives with the intention of posting up. He doesn't drive with the intention of finishing at the hoop or stopping 5 feet away and popping or putting up a floater. He's always driving to post up. Like, why not just add that to your game? Especially if you're having a tough time from deep. Why not work on your mid-range game, your finishes? Too much posting up, too much pounding the ball between Stephen Crowell and Tyler Wall, and the ceiling is going to be really limited if neither of those guys can shoot. Wisconsin's got to hire a shooting coach. They got to do something, a shooting specialist, a mental specialist, whatever it is. That wasn't working for Wisconsin, and I will say it's early, but the lack of fight, the lack of togetherness, that's a problem. That's what signals the sirens for me. That's the red flag for Wisconsin. Is it looks like they weren't together out there, and that's not good. Well, whatever problem coaches and players have, and whatever's going on in the locker room, it needs to be sorted out, because things will not be getting easier anytime soon. Wisconsin's got Virginia next week, and pretty soon they'll have a stretch where it goes Arizona, Marquette, and Michigan State. Like, they got to figure it out soon. I don't know what's wrong with this team, but something's missing. And that's all I got for you. Congrats to Providence once again. If this is your first video with me, make sure to like and subscribe for more college basketball content. And we'll see if Wisconsin can turn it around, because there's no reason a veteran squad should look as bad as Wisconsin did tonight. So smash the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.